We sold our house on the edge of town and sold my business in order to start our new journey and buy 20 acres of rural, undeveloped land to try our hand at homesteading. With zero experience, we are planting, growing, harvesting, preserving, raising livestock, building our home ourselves, beekeeping, homeschooling, really everything homestead you can think of, we are trying. We invite you to come alongside us in this learning adventure. If this interests you, which I pray it does, please subscribe to our channel and do please interact with us. We can all learn from each other. Hello, Camp family. This is Lee with Camphomesteadacres. Today, I received a replacement canopy for my son's special bed. If you have been a family member for a period of time, you know that my son has additional needs, more needs than most. And to keep him safe and secure at night, he needs this special bed. And he is very rough with everything. So it is time. We've had this canopy for about 3 years. So it is time for a replacement. His insurance approved it. And so come with me while I get this thing installed. So this particular bed is a Noah's Sleep Safe bed. And it encloses on all 5 sides and it zips on one full side, and it's netting so I could still see him. He even can be pulled up through his camera, his security camera in his room. But for his safety, it zips up and it keeps him safe. Anyway, just hang out with me while I get this thing installed. Please, no judgment on how his bedroom looks. Well, of course, currently, because I have everything thrown about. But in the beginning, when I showed you everything that was on top of this bed, he doesn't really have a whole lot of storage space. His closet is very tiny, and right now, currently, he has a ton of clothes, so I don't really have many places to put things, especially since our house is not completely finished being built, so we don't have any closet spaces in hallways or anything like that complete. So I try to shove as much as I possibly can where I can. I also have his bed lifted so I could put his some of his medical needs and extra clothes and stuff like that underneath. So anyway, watch the real struggle as I take care of this by myself. This bed and this canopy is actually really pretty simple to take apart and set back up. I've done it a couple of times, especially because this bed came with us from our old house and it was in storage until we were able to build my son's room. And then I went and I got all of the pieces, built the whole thing myself. But anyway, we're at the point of replacing the canopy. And again, it is easy. It's just heavy and awkward because this entire canopy, for safety reasons, is all one piece. It doesn't come in separate pieces, and it was just a lot to try to maneuver and get all of, especially because the bed was pushed up against the wall. That I think was the hardest part, and because it's on stilts or whatever you call them, to bed risers, I guess, you can't just pull the bed away from the wall because then it'll come off of the risers. So again, it's very awkward, but I was able in the end to get it done. But it's just, the struggle is real. It seems like the struggle is always real when it comes to projects for us. Things always seem to happen, obstacles occur, but no obstacles happened today. It just was difficult. Because you see all those zipper points that I was having to do and lifting it up and stretching it out. And it should really be a 2-person job. When this bed was completely put together initially by the company, which the company did offer to come replace this for me, but I said, no, I know how to put this together, and it would have had to be an appointment and all of that. So to avoid that, they just shipped it to me and I was able to do it. And I did get it done, and I was very proud of myself. But when they initially put it together, 2 strapping young men came together from the company to build this bed. So I did the job of 2 men. I also want to say that if this is helpful to anyone, if anyone has a child that has more needs than most, or an autistic child, and you're interested in this bed and you've never seen anything like it before, and you really think that your child could benefit, message me in the comments below or email me. That is in the description box below, and I do not gatekeep. I will let you know which specific bed. I'll send you links. I'll tell you how I got insurance to pay for this bed. I can do all the things privately if you're interested. This bed has literally been a lifesaver. Before this bed, my son would, for his safety, I kept him in a crib until he was 2.5, 3 years old, because for his safety, he needed something. He needed to be contained in his bed. But he finally got to the point where he figured out how to climb up the rails, and he would fall out and hit his head really hard. And I had no other way to keep him safe, to sleep safe. And so I started doing my own research, which is what I've had to do for him his entire life, is doing things the hard way. I'm his biggest fan, his number one advocate, and Google has been my very best friend. But I was actually looking for not floor plans, but like plans on how to build a bigger boy bed, like a crib is what my mind went to. And I accidentally stumbled on this specific bed. Now there have been newer versions by different companies since I bought, or I was able to get this bed. I didn't buy it. Which I can also talk to you about privately, and it has so many other additions and functions that you can add to it, which I would have loved. But now insurance, these beds are so expensive that they're not going to pay for another bed. So this is the bed that we have, which I still super, super appreciate. Like I said, it is a lifesaver, and that's not being over dramatic. Very grateful for this bed. But there are other bed companies now that have other options available as add-ons, which I would have loved. Praise the Lord, the bed is done. And this, my friends, my family, is where I'm going to end today's video. Oh, I was exhausted. This, coupled with the closet build and clean out and organization, my back. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please click like on the video. Sure helps my small channel out. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. I'd love for you to hang out for the long haul and become part of the family. And until next time, be blessed and be a blessing. Bye.